Hello, my friends. I want to welcome all of my friends that are watching this live on Facebook, watching this live on LinkedIn, for those of you that are watching it live on my YouTube channel, as well as the folks that are participating in this live webinar, where you can talk to me and get your questions answered. Now, I have to tell you, LinkedIn has made some outrageous changes in the last 45 days. And some of them we actually watched take place during my March boot camp that finished up a week ago, which means that my April boot camp is going to be off the charts. Every boot camp, of course, is different. Now, some of the changes that LinkedIn made will actually enable you to get 100 times more results when you use some of LinkedIn's newest features. And when you use my new copy and paste scripts, we're talking about experiencing astonishing results. But at the same point in time, you can crush your competition. No one is going to be able to touch you when it comes to prospecting and recruiting on LinkedIn. Now, one of the things when you look at your LinkedIn homepage, you're going to notice a few things that literally resemble Facebook. Number one, that's your search window. Only the searching feature on LinkedIn easily 100 times better than Facebook. The posting feature enables you to put stuff out there that will impress your connections, position you to be a social expert. And finally, LinkedIn's got a chat feature that enables you to text, talk to folks as easily as sending a little text message. So at the end of the day, it's all about conversation. Who are you going to talk to? Now, when you know the kinds of professionals that would be interested in getting into business with you, they're easier to find, easier to connect with, and easier to enroll into your business from LinkedIn than any other place. And LinkedIn's making it easier. That open to work frame that people can put around their photo makes it easy to identify the people that clearly are looking for something to do. Now, you could pick out business builders as easily as you could reach into a bowl of candy and pull out a green M&M. Unhappy network marketers that are seriously looking for another company, or active network marketers that are open to looking at your business. This new feature has only been on LinkedIn for a little over 12 months, but it is attracting tens of millions of people that have lost their job, looking to find another one. Large corporations are letting people go left and right. 20% of them are in sales. You are going to love this. 30 million professionals on LinkedIn. And this feature enables you to pick out the best people. The people who are clearly looking for something. But just because someone is looking for something, just because someone is open to work, doesn't mean they are prospects for your business. So you type in the search window looking for opportunities, And there are 1.8 million people that are looking for an opportunity. Looking for an opportunity, 8.8 million. Looking for opportunity, singular, 1.2 million. Seeking an opportunity, 4.1 million. And open to an opportunity, 2.5 million. And these numbers change all the time. They change all the time. The text messages that you're going to send to folks have tools. So down at the bottom here, you can attach GIFs, moving images. Now to the right, LinkedIn has their own built-in GIFs, so does Facebook. But the life expectancy of a LinkedIn GIF is rather short. So you want to upload your own. Of course, the exciting thing about LinkedIn is they make it easy for people that don't have time or not in a position to type to click on a button and communicate with you. But the big feature is up at the top, because LinkedIn has a built-in meeting. You sort of have a meeting with somebody, you're texting back and forth, you can move to the next step, which is having a face-to-face. And all you need is a simple free profile page to connect with perfect prospects for your business and begin a conversation in seconds. Bob sent me this. I can't believe this. After just calling myself an entrepreneur in my profile, I had 3 old friends call my brother to get my phone number. They all called me wanting to know what I was doing, and I sold all 3 products. Oh my God, I signed up 3 more people into my Maluga business. That makes 4 people since I started last week. After trying other companies, this is the first time I know I can go to the top of my business. Now, it all starts with having a profile. So I'm going to jump over here. And so let's go to LinkedIn and let's look up and let's unmute Joe.
Oh, hello, Max. How are you?
I am good, Joe. It's nice to see you here. Were you in the March boot camp or in the April boot camp?
I'm in both, actually.
Okay. Okay. Did you enjoy the March one?
I did. I've had a little trouble attending any live, so I've just kind of picked up the recordings and went through it that way, and I'm still covering the material.
Super. Well, what we're going to do is we'll pay a little attention to you to help you move through the process quicker. Now, come down here and look. So, you got a lot of birthday wishes on your birthday?
I got a few, yeah. I got more on Facebook than I did on LinkedIn. But
Yep. Yeah. Well, you know, you've only got 250 connections, so that's probably why. But still, it gives you an opportunity to talk to people. Okay. So what you do here is, this is like your online resume. Let me ask you a question. Were you ever in the military? Ever in the service?
never was, no.
Okay. a lot of people don't think of it as work, but the truth is that people will resonate with other people that share their background, share their experience. So you want to put yourself out there. So you've been working for this company for 10 years. And what did you do before?
Actually, I've been working for the same company for 30 years, and I've had various jobs and don't have them all in here at the present time.
Okay. Well, what you want to do is you don't necessarily have to put all of the jobs that you had, but stating that you've worked for the same company for 30 years is powerful. And so the position you're in now, what is a senior spec IT?
I work for IT, so I'm work with computers and systems, implementation of them, and so I'm pretty technically savvy and proficient on the internet as far as using applications and software and things like that.
Right. Okay. Um, so you could easily connect if we pop up here with other people in IT. And if we look at the number of people that are on it, you got 53 million people that are in IT. Now, we could turn around and we could do a search for people looking for opportunity. That filters it down. So you got 570,000 people. No shortage of opportunity. But see, here's the thing. Not everybody that is in IT is going to have the aptitude or the skills to be successful in a networking business. So, what company are you working with?
I work for Baxter Healthcare.
No. I mean, what network marketing company are you working with?
Oh, I'm sorry, Melaleuca.
Okay. And how long have you been a customer?
Been a customer for 20 plus years. I haven't ever done much with the marketing part of it, mostly because, as you've mentioned in some of your boot camp sessions, that I was taught a lot of the wrong things and it was all just the old school way of doing it.
Okay, well, good. So you're going to get a heads up and you see, let me explain to all of you. Stories sell. When you're talking to people, in fact, stories are more impressive than facts. So you've all got a story. So here, Joe has been working for the same company for over 30 years. He's in IT. Man, he knows backwards and forwards everything. He's a valued employee with this company. And 20 some odd years ago, he started working with a company. He's a customer. And watching people around him turning it into a side business, making money, but he just couldn't bring himself to do the things that the company was teaching people to do, following an antiquated business model. Make a list of your friends, call your friends, bother your family. And frankly, your company has been around for a long time, almost, I think, 40 years. But it's only been in the last 6 or 7 years that they've become social media friendly. And so now that it's acceptable to use social media to build a business and that they're providing tools for you to do it, a lot of people that were customers are now jumping into the business side because the company's social media friendly. And so what you're going to do is you want to position yourself simply by creating that profile. You come on here. And you can connect with all kinds of people. And what you want to do is you want to be the person that your ideal prospects would want to talk to. And what we want to also do to make people curious. Again, this is all one opportunity, one company that you're working with. And so you want to set up a separate entity, a separate experience, if you will. And that's going to describe your experience with Melaleuca. All right. And what ends up happening is we give it a interesting name, a name that will create interest, curiosity, something like the International Association of Wealth Builders. That's the name of your team, or something like that, so that when people look at your profile, instead of seeing Baxter Health, they see that umbrella name, for your business, and then following some very, very simple things. You don't have to chase people. You want somebody, you connect with people, you want somebody to ask you what you do. Most of the time, all you have to do is ask them, well, what do you do? They'll tell you, and then they'll come back and they'll ask you what you're doing. And the process is fun because you get to pick out people that is clearly a prospect for your business. And what's happening today is reminiscent of what happened back in 2019 with COVID. Corporations are letting people go. They're trimming their staff. These people are jumping on LinkedIn to find work. And you have a solution for these people. And so when you start reaching out and you start talking to people that you know in advance need what you have, they're looking for an opportunity. People are very, very talkative on here. You can learn so much about the person on the other end. Discover what their needs are. And then you're in a perfect position to solve their problem. And so you're going through this process that will enable you to build your business. You can do it from home. All it takes is an hour or two a day. And when you start talking to enough people, stand back. Because not only is the whole process fun, it's addictive as hell. In fact, in some instances, you literally will watch time flies when you're on Facebook. Time flies when you're on LinkedIn. Let's see if we can find you on Facebook.
Yeah, you should be able to. I haven't done anything with the profile there yet, but I have about twice as many people in my network there.
All right, so you got 498 friends. And say now your friends are wishing you a happy birthday. The birthday strategy has always been outrageous, very, very successful. So one of the things that you could do, let's go back over here to LinkedIn. Now, you want to consolidate all of these, put them under one headline. But the bottom line is what I would do is I would change the start date from March, going all the way back 30 years, but start in April. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you an anniversary. So all the people that you're connected to, all the people that they're connected to are going to see in the notification feature that you're having an anniversary. Now, just because you have an opportunity to talk to people does not mean that they're a candidate for your business. So you want to have a clear idea of who you want to talk to. You want to have a clear idea of who would make the best candidates for your business. And those are the people you're going to talk to. And you'll keep conversations going as long as they continue to fall into the category of being a prospect. And they're either going to sign up in your business or you're going to decide along the way that they're no longer a prospect. So you stop talking to them and start talking to other people. That's the way it works.
Okay, I have a question along those lines. I had some people who either won't respond or they will respond just short monosyllabic answers and they never ask anything back. Is this an indication that these people probably are not interested?
No, not necessarily. People can accept the connection, but they don't write back. And if they do write back, some people are very brief. The key is to put yourself out there as someone that is really someone they would like to know. And then the next part of it, it's the next part of it that starts a conversation. You have that totally in your control. And so now your headline here, success is not final, failure is not final. This is all true. It's a little grainy, but when people look at your profile, you want them to look at you and think, this is somebody that I'd really like to get to know. This is someone that I can benefit from knowing. This is someone that, yeah, I mean, I'd really like to get to know this person. You ever see that movie When Harry Met Sally?
I've never actually sat through the whole thing, but pieces of it, yeah.
Okay. Well, what you can do is go over to YouTube and just do a search for When Harry Met Sally restaurant scene. It's 3 minutes. And after you've seen that, you'll know what I'm talking about. The woman sitting at the next table says to the waitress when she asks, what are you going to have? She says, I want to have what Meg Ryan is having. You want people to look at you, for example, success is not final, failure is not final. It's the courage to continue that counts. It's true. But something along the line, let's look at Terry. Once you begin to change, so will the world around you. People look at you, they're looking for new opportunities. Hey, once they find the right opportunity, the world around them is going to dramatically increase, going to dramatically improve. And this is what it's all about. It's all about talking to people that clearly have a problem that you have a solution for. And you're going to find there are some people out there that don't have clear, visible problems, but they're naturally interested in generating extra income. And it's a very, very powerful way to start conversations with people, conversations that will ultimately result in sales. Now, last couple of days, we've been polling the folks. So let me, and we're basically talking about, number one, the process. Are we having fun throughout the process? Because if you can turn prospecting and recruiting into something that's fun, it's the best of both worlds. Let me unmute Carla.
Hey, Max.
Carla.
Hey, how are you? Happy Friday.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now take a look at Carla's page. So Carla is a nurse. And so Carla can reach out and connect with nurses, but she also has the ability to connect with all kinds of people. So in her headline, registered nurse, home business coach, social media trainer, lifestyle transitioning mentor. And Carla, what you could do is, instead of saying social media trainer, you could spice this up a little bit and say LinkedIn social media trainer. You're on LinkedIn, and just add the word LinkedIn. It's gonna, again, give you additional credibility. Lifestyle transitioning mentor for people that are looking for something new. What does that mean? It means that you, Carla, mentors people who are looking to go from A to B. Game-changing agents, motivational speaker. So, Carla, are you having fun?
I am. I was actually walking through the grocery store with my dad, messaging a girl quickly, telling her that, hey, I'm in the grocery store with my dad. Let me get back to you, because she's asking me, how can we make this happen?
Gotta love it, right?
Yeah.
So,
And
Carla,
I also put a note in there that I love this time freedom, because that's exactly what she's looking for.
So, how long have you been in network marketing?
Since January of 2018.
Okay. That's 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And when did you first start with this process?
I want to say it was October.
All right.
October of 2022.
All right. Where do you think you'd be if you'd learned this back in 2018?
Oh gosh, I'd probably be at the top of my company, doing a reentry over and over and over again.
Mhm. So are you in Isogenics?
Yes,
As soon as you said reentry.
you knew.
Yeah, I know. And you know, it's funny because a number of my students that I've helped over 50 people in Isogenics become millionaires.
Yeah.
And that extra feature of you've got a binary, you load up both legs, and then they let you come in and you get to re-enter and you get to create a whole, a third leg. One of my favorite students was Rhonda Collier. When we started working together, she was making $150,000 a year. 3 years later, she was up to 750. And the following year, she cracked $1 million. But what was interesting was I was at an Isogenics event, and Rhonda comes up to me and she says, "Listen, I got somebody that I just brought in the business that's really has great potential." And so she asked me to coach her. And Carlita was actually looking at another business.
I know Carlita.
Do you?
She's a nurse practitioner.
Yep.
We met on LinkedIn.
So I started working with Carlita, and she was, like I said, she was looking at another deal. And I told her, I said, and I showed her why. Big mistake. And a couple of years later, that company went bankrupt. But she poured it all in on your company. And she did so well that she was responsible. I think before the end of the year, she was making 6 figures. And she actually pushed Rhonda into that category where now she could re-enter and start the thing all over again. So
yeah, I think she made millionaire in 2 years.
It's funny because they never come back and tell me that.
Oh, I'll be on and I'll be telling you. You wait.
All right, I heard from Joe Whaley last month. No, actually, it was in, I think, January, where Joe pops on, and I worked with him in 2018, and then again in 2019. He comes on in January to tell me he's having his first $1 million year. And a lot of times I don't hear about that, for years. There's one young lady that 7 years went by before I heard. I mean, in the first 6 months of her business, she hooked up with an unhappy network marketer, added 5,000 people to her business in 6 months. Never heard about it. Then 7 years go by, and now she's in a different company. She had about, I think, 30,000 people on her team. And over the next 12 months, the size of her team doubled, all because of social media. And when you can build a business and have fun in the process, it doesn't get any better than that.
You're right. And it is literally addicting.
So what kind of people are you looking to talk to?
I'm looking for nurses. I've done a lot of work with people from Noom. I'm not giving up on them, but I'm finding that there are a lot of people that have done that kind of coaching of 200 and 300 people that are put before them. They're looking for a paycheck more than going out there and growing it on their own. And I've a lot of different people. It just a lot of it is some of that synergy too. I kind of start off with nurses, personal trainers, hairdressers, cosmetology people. Gosh, the list goes on and on and on. It's just developing those relationships with them.
Were you surprised at how quickly you can do that?
Yeah, and I was surprised at how much people actually divulge to you. And because I'm having conversations now that I never have had before. It's simply amazing.
What do you mean?
Just the depth of the conversations and the people reaching out and actually wanting to have a conversation as opposed to crickets.
Mhm.
Because I was previously told that, oh, you just kind of go through 100 people and ask them to connect. You don't have to send out a first message, and then you pray that they link up with you and start a conversation with you. Well, I was tired of doing that and praying. So
How,
that's why I
how
love
that,
your method.
how did that, obviously it didn't work very well.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, it didn't.
Mhm.
It didn't. So, I'm having conversations like I've never had before. I've been able to take all those people that I know that can use our products and would be great at doing our business. I can just they've got to want it more than I do. And so I can easily just kind of let them go and just show them how it's working and show them the success. And then they'll come around because they'll be coming back and saying, well, maybe I do want to take a look at that. Or give them some time and if they're diehard to be wanting to get into having a job that someone's just going to put them at a desk and be told what to do as opposed to going out and making their own money when, they could be making money today. So they have a choice as to either sit there and wait for somebody to possibly reply to them, possibly give them an interview, drag them through the interview process just to ghost them, or they could actually be doing something even on that could turn into a side business later on. So it's a choice. You want income now, it's there for you. If you don't, okay. I hope that I don't tell anybody this, but I'm hoping that those interviews and that wait and the wishing and whatever will work for them. But I still politely stay in touch with them. I would never tell anybody that, but when it comes down to it, it's a choice of, do you want to stay stuck in life or do you want to open your eyes to something that's greater?
Yep. Yep. Well, you're on your way.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to help somebody become a consultant. So I had a nice conversation, a 3-way conversation yesterday, and he's like, I'm all in. I'm starting to make my list. I said, okay, let's go.
Mhm. Now imagine what the size of your business is going to be when you start doing that once a week, 5 times a week.
I know. It keeps you from sleeping at night.
Yes, it does.
And it's not necessarily about the money. Yes, we all have bills to pay. We all have dreams. We all want financial success in our life, whatever that means for you. But for me, it's also about serving people and helping them with their health and wellness that I know that we can do.
Yeah. 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 And that's all it's going to take.
Mm-hmm.
You have unlimited access to people that you would never have access to any other way.
You're right.
You would never.
And like you say, LinkedIn is king.
Yep. Yep. So it's a process. And as we tweak our profile, as we, it's a work in progress. And all of you do the best you can, filling it out, putting yourself out there. And then it comes down to conversation. All about conversation. And we just have to warn you that it can get pretty addictive, but it's fun. I remember years ago when I was working with one of the top earners in Nu Skin, Brent Bryson. And Brent, during golf season, doesn't work. From about April to September, his organizations are growing. It doesn't work. And the thing about Brent, if we go over to Facebook, so every week he changes his cover And he's got a different golf course. Everybody knows. In fact, if you go over here to read about, I wrote this for him back in 2004. The only thing that he took off was we had a little paragraph in there about how he's helped 60 people make become $1 million earners. He took that off, but the bottom line is this hasn't changed. And what I've always found fascinating is I watch his kids following his, in his footsteps. Oh, no wonder I'm not in my account. I was working with another student, but this is another good example. Kurt has been a student and a friend now for over 10 years. He's a $1 million earner in his company. If we come over here, Kurt was one of the leaders and top earners in Herbalife. He's always been passionate about health and wellness. And, he's just been cruising and enjoying those monthly checks. And then he decided he's going to get back into business. So he found something he's really passionate about. And he has a pool of people. He's got about, I think, 4,600 people that he's connected with, and half of them are leaders in other companies that he's met over the years. So we did a session yesterday. You're going to hear a lot more about Kurt as we move into the summer, because he's literally going to have a lot of success stories that are going to appeal to all of you. See, the key is what you're doing has got to give people the perception that they can do it too, that they can be successful too. And as we step all of you through it, the one thing I wanted to point out to all of you, the April boot camp, typically our March boot camp was 4 sessions. The April boot camp is going to be 5 sessions. At the beginning of every quarter, boot camp has a 5th session where we talk about becoming a top earner, what the top earners in your business know and do that you need to be doing, go over their daily routine. And then we're also going to show you how to reset the way you think and develop $1 million mindset. If you want to, if you really aspire to go to the top of a business, start thinking of yourself right now as a top earner. And when you think about it, with all the millions of people that are on LinkedIn, let them in. All the people out there that are looking for work, you have a solution to their problem. Even when you're even in your own business, you know things that the top earner in your company doesn't know. You know how to build the business on LinkedIn. You know how to build the business on Facebook. Everybody asks me all the time, how did Francisco, let me pull it up here. And again, it's all about conversation. Robert Arthur was a $1 million earner in network marketing. When we worked together, he became a $1 million earner in Isogenics. Now he's doing something else. You're all moving through a process, and it's all about talking to people. That's all it is. And yet you're going to get on here and there are going to be people that are going to try to sell you things. There are going to be people, they reach out to you. And then you look at their profile and you begin to wonder, why are they here? A lot of these profiles are bogus. So you want to be able to pick out the best people. Pick out the easiest people to talk to. And then discover what their issues are, discover what their problem is. And boom. Starts with everybody's perception of who you are. After that, it's a process of you determining who they are. Who are they? Why are they here? Do they need what you have to offer? And then if they do need what you have to offer, how good are they? How successful can they be? Because there's no shortage of people to talk to. None. So I'm scrolling down here and I'm looking at all of the folks that I'm connected with, and some of these people, here we go. So Francisco enrolled a whale in December. The man had 200,000 people in his network marketing business, knew nothing about social media. Francisco demonstrated that he's a social media LinkedIn expert. The fellow was looking for a new company, and when Francisco let him know that he helps everybody build the business on Facebook and LinkedIn, which is something that the guy knew nothing about. And if a leader is looking to change companies, a lot of people like the products. A lot of people have no reason to change. But when he could go back to his people and tell them, not only did I find something better, but I'm going to show you all how to build the business on Facebook, show you how to build the business on LinkedIn. That got everybody excited. And the reason that he chose to work with Francisco is because most of the people in his world don't know anything about social media. Give them a few things to do, they start seeing results and they want more. So he signed this guy up in December. January, by the end of February, he brought 80,000 people from his old company into Francisco's new company. And everybody's excited because the strategies that you're learning, the scripts that you're using work for everybody. And everybody is going to love you. They're going to love you. Because at the end of the day, it's all about conversation. Now, tomorrow, we have an 11 o'clock session. For those of you that are coaching students, I am not sure we're going to have a mastermind session tomorrow. I'm in the process of a huge move. And yesterday at 4 o'clock, we got disconnected because I lost internet for a bit. And I was thankful that we didn't lose it today. Joe, I'm going to give you a call a little later. What's the best time to reach you after, let's say, 3 o'clock?
After 3 o'clock, let's say 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, I want to give you some pointers on what you can be doing. I'll be calling from the last three, my cell phone ends with 0007, so you'll recognize it on your caller ID.
Okay, great. Look forward to it.
And all righty. Didn't get a chance to look at conversations today. We're gonna devote a lot of time to that tomorrow. And I want all of you to just remember this. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, to prevent you from going to the top of your business. You have unlimited leads. The better you get at picking out the best people, the better you're going to be. Catch up to you next time.